Used to stash bags in my mattress. Work fell out the bottom if I tried to do a backflip. Trash bags full of mad hash made the cash flip. My heart the same color as the chappy is black.
What's up, guys? This is my second time recording this. I did the whole damn tutorial and there was some sort of camera error, recording error. It's the second time doing this. Alright, so let's start this. Today we're doing a 4-in-1 tutorial, so it's going to be kind of long, but you're getting 4 sound designs out of it. It's going to be a heavy dubstep, Excision kind of style, metallic dubstep sounds. So let's get to it. But just before we get to that, you guys need to check out Crazy Crowns. They're a clothing line dedicated to rave wear, the Plur clothing, like positive vibe style. They're doing a giveaway for a reflective jacket. All you guys need to do is follow at Crazy Crowns on Instagram, like the post, comment, tag 2 friends. You guys can tag all the different friends you want 100,000 times because it is unlimited entries until the 17th of March. So you guys get to it after the video. Let's get to sound designing. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to do this kind of quick so we can get through all these and I don't have another camera error because that would really freaking suck if I waste all this time again. So we have the 4 Serum sounds here. Essentially they're all the same. They're all the same but have different post-processing and different sound shapes and small different modulation tweaks. So let's get straight to it. Here's the first sound. Second sound. Third sound. And the last sound, which is my favorite. So as you guys can hear, pretty dope sounds, kind of a metallic-y Excision vibe going on. So the first 2 are kind of like an ambient sound, good for intros and whatnot. The third sound is pretty good for like a growl, dubstep drops, and the last sound is kind of like a long bass slash like riser for build-ups. So let's get right to it with the first sound. Open up your Serum. Here it is. Here's a go to the oscillator page. Analog basic shapes. Go to wavetable positioning, set to 3. Set it FM from B. Set to a 46%. LFO 1. Modulate to the level 100%. Obviously, set to 100%. I believe that sets everything for oscillator A. You're gonna jump over. Oh, before that, make the shape. Set it to trigger and the rate at 1 bar. Go to oscillator B, go to basic shapes, wavetable positioning set to 2. Make sure these right here, octaves +2 and semitones +7, set it to sync, no window, and modulate that upwards 41%, and that should do it. Before we continue, make sure, well, it's up to you. I have it set to 140 BPM. If you guys have it set to 150, 145, doesn't matter. It might just change the sound very slightly, but more or less it should be the same. Now let's jump over to our filter. Activate the filter, set it to a combs located in the misc section. The cutoff, it's the recording, okay, making sure. The cutoff, modulate LFO1 to the cutoff, set that to 100%. The resonance set to 0, the drive set to 0, the damp set that at 37%, modulating 36%, and the mix set to 100%. I believe that covers everything on the oscillator page. Now let's go to the effects. Activate a hyper dimension, copy these settings, nothing is being modulated here. The mix is at 3%, the size is at 9%. These, I believe, are all a stock, the way it is. Compressor, throw that in there next. Multiband, set to 13 decibels. The filter, set that to a combs. The cutoff, set to 2,659 Hertz. Modulate that backwards 16%. Resonance at 34%, the drive at 20%, and set the mix to 100%. I believe that covers everything for LFO1. Now we're going to jump over to LFO2. Nothing is being done on LFO2 on the oscillator page, but do make this shape, set it to envelope, and the bar rate at 1 bar. Now what this is going to do, this is going to control the reverb. Still recording? Yes. Oh, turn up the brightness a little bit there. There we go. Alright. Now what this is going to do, it's going to control the reverb. Turn on your reverb. Set the size to 32%, decay at 4.7 seconds. And what we're going to do is put LFO2 and modulate that to the mix at 23%. So it's just going to rise the mix up and give it that tail, that reverb tail you're going to want. So next on over, let's see, yeah. That's all real quick. Let's take off the post-processing. This is how it should sound without post-processing. Alright, so first step in post-processing is throw in that phaser, activate the phaser, copy all these settings, set it to earth, color is at 35.2, dry wet at 50, and I believe all the rest is just set like that normally. If not, copy it down. Next, still recording? Yes. Next, the corpus, activate corpus and put it on pipe. Pipe is going to give it a lot of flavor here. That's just a preset. Essentially, this is just a preset that comes in this effect. So I'll set it to pipe. A bit more metallic. Next is the OTT. Activate the OTT and make sure, copy all these settings. I believe these are all the stock settings, but set the time to 107%. And lastly, activate the saturator. Activate the saturator. Set the drive to 4.7 decibels or to wherever you think it sounds good to you. And add the soft clip, dry wet 100%. And here's the final sound. So it sounds pretty dope. Probably pretty good for an intro or like a big out swoosh thing. Alright, so we're 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in. So let's speed this up a little. Alright, so second sound design is this one. Oh, one more time. Now with the kick drum. I added the kick drum because it gives it it gives it a bit more of a punchy kind of sound to it, a bit more intense. Here's how it sounds without post-processing, and then after this we'll continue with the sound design. So that's how it sounds without post-processing, so it's a big difference. I recommend you copy and paste this one over because essentially they're both the same sound, just put through a different process, I guess you could say. So open up your Serum again. You guys should already have this set down. Make sure these are all set the same. LFO1. Oh no, oscillator A. FM from B, still set to 46%. Make this shape. Set the rate to 1 bar. Add a trigger. Give me a second. There's a cat trying to get in here. Hey, get out of here. Go, get out of here. Sorry, I have cats. Okay, where was I? Set to trigger, rate at 1 bar, make this shape, modulate the level 100%, already set FM from B, go to oscillator B, basic shapes, wavetable position set to 2, you guys should have this already set. The sync should be on still, set to 41, that's still the same. Go to the filter, combs, misc, you have to go to misc before, okay. Set the combs. Modulate LFO1 to the cutoff 100%, resonance set to 0, drive set to 0, damp set to 37, and modulate 36 with the mix set to 100%. I believe that covers everything there. Now let's jump over to the effects section. I believe these are all the same settings. Hyperdimension, this is all the same. Now go to the compressor, activate the compressor, multiband, gain, same thing, 13 decibels. Go to the filter, activate the combs. Put the cutoff on the same, 2659 hertz. Modulate backwards -16, that should be the same. All this is set to the same. And I believe that covers the effects section of the sound. Let's go to post-processing, which is really going to make this sound the sound. So, throw the phaser in there. You guys should have that sound. Make sure these settings are all copied down. Again, I have a cat trying to get in. God damn it. Get out of here. Come on, go. I don't know why my cat wants to be in here. Now throw in a corpus, put it on membrane, not pipe this time. Put it on membrane. If you guys like it how it sounds on pipe, go ahead. But I have it set on, not membrane, marimba. It's marimba, not membrane. Everybody does membrane for some reason, but it's marimba. It should be set to membrane. Membrane sounds better. Okay, set it to marimba, and that's just a preset, as I said earlier. Set it there. You guys are ready to go. Turn on the OTT. Copy all the settings down. Make sure the time is set to 1000%. Saturator, activate that saturator. Soft clip on. Dry wet 100%. The drive set to 8 decibels. Throw on the reverb. Activate your reverb. I'll show you guys the modulations to that in just a second. Next, what you're going to want to do is throw in that reverb. Did I just say reverb for that? I meant auto pan, if I said reverb. Throw in the auto pan and then throw in the reverb. Okay, so we're going to be modulating both of these. So let's start with the auto pan. Let's come over here, click auto pan. Yeah. So you want to first start with device on. So select just this area to be on, because you don't want it to keep doing its panning with the reverb tail, because it won't sound right unless that's what you want. Go to frequency. Make sure the amount is set to 100 on auto pan. Make sure it's set to hertz, and make sure it's set to sine wave. Set the frequency to 25.8 hertz, and then drop it all the way down to 0.86 hertz. And then after that, go to your reverb. Still recording? Yes. Go to your reverb, and yeah, go to your reverb. Go to dry wet. Start the dry wetness from 7.6% all the way up to 21%, and the decay time from 2.52 seconds to 9.77 seconds. So it's going to give it that big reverb tail that you'd want, and that should complete this sound. And here it is. So that's another cool intro sound for you guys. Now let's get to the next sound. Copy and paste. You guys can copy and paste it or restart, however you feel it would work best. Here's the next sound. And here's how it sounds without post-processing. So let's get to it. Same settings, same basic shapes, same octaves, same combs. Make this shape right here. FM from B is 46%. LFO 1. Modulate the level 100%. Still recording? Yes. The sync, no. Oscillator B, the sync. Oh! Yep. Set to 41%. Make sure you guys make the shape. Rate half, trigger. Go to filter. All the filter settings are exactly the same. Now let's jump over to our effects section. Activate the compressor, same settings. Hyperdimension, same settings. Filter, I believe, yes, same exact settings. So all the settings in the effects section are exactly the same. So now let's jump over to the post processing. So here's what you should have right now. So throw in OTT, set the time to 102%. So now you have a bit more of a crisp sound. Go to corpus once again, activate pipe. You got a big change there. Now you go to saturator. Saturator, set it to the drive at 2.29 with the soft clip on, and the dry wetness to 100%. Still recording? Yes. Yo man. You're gonna want. Okay. That was not intentional. You're gonna want to go to chorus in the audio effects section. Click that little triangle and put Yo Man in. Set the. God damn it, my cat! Get out of here! Sorry, my cat is extremely annoying. Okay. Drop the Yo Man in. Make sure the polarity is set to positive. The feedback is at 26%. The dry wetness is 100%. The amount right here is at 0.03, or as close as you can get it to that, and the rate at 8.31 hertz. And now you should end up with this sound. Cool, so now we're done with that one. Last sound and my favorite sound right here. So here's how it sounds. Okay, really dope sound. Now here's how it sounds without post-processing. So you get the gist of it. So now let's get to the Serum. Same Serum settings, the same basic shapes. Make this shape right here. Leave it on envelope and the rate at half. Now FM from B is exactly the same. And same thing here, the sync is exactly the same. Now make sure you put the unison at 6, the recording, yes. And this unison also at 6. Again, yeah, level is set to 100. Both unisons are set at 6, and the detunes are set to 0 for now. I'll get to the detunes in a little bit. That's going to be over here in LFO3. Before I move on, make sure this little triangle, you click it up and set it to 6. We'll get to that pitch modulating later on. It's the recording, yes. Okay, now go to filter, activate the combs. All these settings are exactly the same. Hyper, all these settings are exactly the same. Nothing to change here. So now we're going to go over to LFO3. Make this shape on LFO3, set it to off, and the rate at 4 bars. Now what we're going to do is modulate the detune to basically make the sound bigger as the sound like pitches up, so it's going to get more intense as it goes. So modulate that to 76%, and same thing over here. Make sure it's at 4. The rate is at 4 bars, and that should complete this sound design. But now let's go to the post processing. So post processing, throw in that OTT. Still recording, yes. The time at 102%. Close that OTT, open the corpus, set it to pipe to give it that big metallic sound. Close the corpus. Open up the saturator from your effects, obviously. Set the drive to 2.29, soft clip on, and dry wet to 100%. And a big one is Yo Man. Polarity positive, feedback 26%. Same settings as before, even the rate and the amount, same settings. And now we're finally done. You guys have your 4 Serum sound designs. You guys should end up with this sound. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would appreciate if you guys liked this, comment something positive, and subscribe to my channel so I can keep making some dope videos. I hope you guys learned something from this. And basically I created the base of your next song. So drop a subscribe, or subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Later guys.